The door's unlocked in the back, so it should be good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crossfire Tonight Show with your host, Pastor Brian Schley.
Oh, thank you, my man K-Dog on the pads.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your first edition of Crossfire Late Night Talk Show. I'm your host, Brian Schley, and I've got a special, not one,
not two,
but three special guests for us this evening. No doubt you have heard the story. It is a story that goes thousands of years back and is played out in real time. You know, the guy who is super successful had his family-run generation pizza shop that he just made so successful. The thing was just making a mint. And the two boys of his, one of them said, "You know what, Dad? You got all this cash. I want a little bit of it.
I'm going to head out."
He got a little greedy, yeah. He said, "Pops, give me some cash, and I'm going to go have some fun with it."
That's right.
And he left.
Party up.
They call him the Prodigal. But he didn't stay gone. He came running back, tail between his legs. We are going to hear from him. We are going to hear from Big Brother. Big Brother's in the house. He didn't take it so well when little brother left and made him do all the work. And all of a sudden, little brother comes back. And as you guys know the story, I mean, Pops welcomed him with open arms. And man, was Big Brother upset. So we're going to hear from Big Brother himself. And no doubt, the most important one in this one.
Is Big Brother in the house right now?
Oh, Big Brother's in the house right now. You better believe it. But we're not, no, he's not coming out yet.
Oof.
But I'm talking about Dad is in the house. We're going to get Dad's take on all this. Like, he seriously gives his son all the money and then still says, yeah, come on back after he blew it all. So we're going to get the interview from Dad, too, tonight. But before we get going, we got a special segment for him, don't we?
All right, what is that, Brian?
Oh, you know what happens when you become a father. You know what happens. You know this. You got this down. What do they call this?
Dad jokes?
Dad jokes are here. Let's bring it. All right, are you guys ready for this? All right, bring the thunder, bring the thunder. All right. You okay, dog?
What's that?
Why do sprinters eat before, or what do sprinters eat before a race?
I don't know.
Nothing. They fast, man. They fast. Get it? They fast. All right, number 2 here we got. What concert? This is up your alley right here. This is up your alley.
I love
What
concerts.
concert costs simply 45 cents to get in?
50-cent concert?
Ooh, you're halfway there.
Nickelback.
Featuring Nickelback.
Yeah.
Boom. All right,
Oh.
so for all of you youngins back, Nickelback is a band that predates K-Dog over there. Great band.
Doesn't predate me. In college, we used to call that butt rock. Yes, sir. I don't know. That's just what we called it.
Can you do that again?
Yes, sir.
Can you play a little? Do you have any Nickelback?
That's all I hear is when Nickelback is just somebody singing in the mic.
Hey, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon?
What's that?
Great food, no atmosphere. You got
Gotta
play
have
me,
the at-
play me a little something of that. All right. Hey, why do you never see elephants hiding in trees?
They're too big.
Because they're so good.
Yeah.
You can't see them because they're so good at hiding in trees. All right, let's try another one.
Get out of here.
Want to hear a joke about construction? Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I did this keto thing, right? For a while, I did this keto diet, drop some weight, just get a little
on a
leaner
diet,
in there. Yeah. Well, then I thought about doing this all almond diet, but it was nuts.
That's bad.
That is so good.
You guys, are those funny in the chat? I don't know. Let us know in the chat if that's a dad joke. That's a dad joke right there.
Oh, I would love to use somebody's name in this one, but I'm not going to. So, hey, I talked to this teenage girl the other day about her eyebrows. I said, hey, you drew your eyebrows a little too high. She looked surprised.
Oh, that's mean.
I laughed at that one pretty hard.
That's mean.
Hey, K-Dog, what's brown and sticky?
Round and stinky?
Brown and sticky.
Sticky? Like sticky or stinky?
Sticky, like with a CK.
Oh, sticky. Okay.
Brown and sticky.
A stick?
You betcha. What's orange? This is right up your alley. What's orange and sounds like a parrot?
A carrot?
You got it.
I'm pretty good at this.
You're going to get this one. How do you make a Kleenex dance?
You put a little boogie in it.
Put a little boogie in it. You got something for that, right? Put a little boogie in it. All right, next one. What do Santa's elves listen to as they work?
Sleigh bells?
That was a good guess.
Jingle bells?
Rap music.
What?
Rap music.
Like they're wrapping paper?
Yeah, but pun intended.
Nah.
Like.
How was that? Do that again?
I thought you were going to cue me up
No,
here.
I think I like hearing you better. Yep.
I mean, is that coming through as well as it does in here?
No.
Like, this sounds fantastic.
I think it's got to stick with pastoring.
All right, hey, got one more for you. What rhymes with boo and stinks?
Say that again?
What rhymes with boo and stinks? You! And that's where tonight's rendition of Dad Jokes ends. And ladies and gentlemen, though, before we bring out our first special guest, we're going to pay a little tribute to the story itself. You've heard of it. It is called The Prodigal. Take a look.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, Dad. It's me. Man, I know it's been a long time since we talked. I was kind of hoping you'd answer, but, I understand you probably don't want to talk to me. I've just gone so far, and the things I've done, I just regret it, you know? And I know how bad I've hurt you and let you down, but Dad, I miss you. I miss how we drive around and just talk about life. And I just want to come home. But I know you've probably written me off. I can't blame you, actually. Here's the thing. It's kind of a shot in the dark, but I'm coming through town soon, and I'd really just like to see you. I know I can't just show up at the front door like I used to, but if you want to see me, just hang a small sheet out on the porch. And if the sheet isn't there when I drive by, I'll keep going, and I'll try not to bother you anymore. I love you, Dad.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, special guest tonight, our first of three. Let's welcome to the stage, the Prodigal.
Woo! What's up, guys? Hey.
My man, good to see you again. Good to see you. Air pound. Oh, crazy story, right?
Oh, big time. Big time.
Hey, just fill us in. Like, from your perspective, what happened?
Well, I got really bored. I got bored with where I was at, and I needed to get out, and I thought, going out and spending time with different women, blowing money, and just, getting out there and just doing whatever I wanted to do outside of anybody else's plan for my life. That's what I was out there doing. I just wanted to get away from it all.
And hey, audience, we got a special treat for you. What I'd like to offer at this point, too, you're at home. You're getting to hear firsthand from the prodigal himself. If you have any questions that you want us to ask the prodigal, let us know. Throw them in the comment section. Throw them in the chat. I'll check out a couple of those as we're done and winding up with this interview. But so what was it like out there? Like, where'd you go? What'd you do? What were you doing up until the time when the money ran out?
Wow. I was everywhere. I went everywhere I could. First off, I went to Vegas. That's where everybody goes. I went to Vegas. I went to Tokyo. I traveled everywhere. I went to Amsterdam. I went every place I possibly could And I was, I said it, I was out there I was spending money on, things that weren't right, women, alcohol, drugs, all this different stuff, just to fill my life with it. And honestly, it was brutal. I didn't have any friends out there. I had nobody who cared about me or really even wanted to be my friend other than because I was spending money on them. And they knew it, and I kind of knew it, but they were there. And, they were kind of showing some love. So why not keep paying them to be around?
So what happened? What was that point that you just, I got to do something different? Like, what was it that finally, I would say, woke you up and got you to a point where you're like, this is not what I want to do with my life?
Well, I was over in Indonesia at the time, and I was starting to run out of money, and I was starting to think, after I sobered up and was like, I should probably be doing something with my life, this can't be the best it gets. And before I even got out of there, I ended up broke. I had nothing, and I was just kind of stuck there. And I didn't have anything, and the realization came where I woke up one morning and everybody was gone. I didn't have anything. Everything that I had was gone. It was stolen, and I was left with the few clothes I had on at the time, and that's what I had. And I got to the point where I needed to make a change, and I didn't know exactly where to start, but...
Man, that is a crazy story. So you go from Pop's giving you a whole bunch of money. I mean, you are loaded. You're traveling all over the place. I mean, you're having a time of your life, people all around you just, making it rain with all the money to a point where you've got nothing left.
Yep.
And then you have to walk down that road, the same house. I mean, Dad didn't move.
Yep.
And somehow you have to, as I introduced you, hopefully I don't offend anybody, but I'm like, you have to put your tail between your legs a little bit, like as a scared dog.
Oh, yeah.
What is that like, going back home after you've just run and turned your back on your family?
It was really hard. The world had broken me to a point where I couldn't stand on my own, and I was humbled to the point where I felt so much shame and so much pain from being out there that I thought, you know what, maybe I can get back to my dad, and maybe there's the chance that he'll, take me back, not as his son, but, just to have me work there, and it was just really, I was in a real dark place, in a real spot where I didn't like who I was in the mirror, and I didn't think that he would either, but I had to have a little hope that maybe he would give me a job or something where I wasn't completely broken.
Wow. We have a comment or question from one of your fans, I'm even saying. I mean, you've been big now, like the story's broke.
Yeah.
But why'd you
time.
leave in the first place? What got you to a point where you're like, hey, Pops, it must have occurred to you even just say, I want my inheritance now. I want part of the business. I'm supposed to get this part of the business, and it's going really well. Instead of just taking it over when you retire, I'd like my money now. I'd like my part of the business now. What caused you to even do that in the first place?
Well, I had been working at the pizza shop and working in the business with him for a long time, and I kind of got to the point where I felt like it wasn't paying out for me to be there, that it was just something that I didn't want to be doing anymore. And I got this twisted in my mindset that what I needed was the money, and I needed that so I could go off and do my own thing away from everybody else and without anybody else knowing where I was or what I was up to, and just kind of living life instead of where I was at, because I kind of said it before, I just kind of got a little bored and felt like I wasn't appreciated, and I thought, take it now.
Now, this world certainly has a lot of things that seem appealing. You chased a lot of those. You tried a lot of those things, and ultimately found out it wasn't all that it's cracked up to be. So, hey, before we get out of here, though, for speaking to many people out there who may currently be what they would consider themselves a prodigal, have turned from loved ones, have turned from their father, what advice would you give to those guys right now?
Well, I would say, definitely, if you're realizing that you're in that kind of spot where you're broken and the world is just, beating you up and you're out on your own, and that reconcile with those you love, those who've loved you, turn to them, talk to them, go back. Go back. It's hard, but go back, be a part of going back, and just go back to your roots, get back to where you belong, where you were meant to be, and turn away from the world, because it might seem like fun, but for the most part, it lasts a very, very short while.
It's empty.
Yep, completely empty.
Prodigal, we thank you. We appreciate that you're willing to be vulnerable up here and share your story and share your heart. But hey, as much as I want to say thanks for that, and I'm appreciative of that, we can't let you go too soon yet.
Oh, okay.
So not only will you hang out, and you have a chance to hear from Big Brother here tonight, and I don't know where this story's gone. Last I heard this story, we're kind of like, what happens to Big Brother? Where's he at? Like, where's his heart in this? Because seemingly he was pretty mad when the last time we got to see him. But customary on this show, as you are on a show,
Yep.
we like to do some challenges.
Ooh.
So let's keep that microphone. K-Dog has dialed us up a little something. I don't know what he's dialed up, but apparently we are up for something. So let's get ready for this one.
All
right. We're going to be playing Guess That Next Song lyric. And Brian, you're going to go first. I got songs from all different decades.
Are you sure our guest doesn't want to go first?
Yeah, we got something nice planned for you, Brian Fallon.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous. I have no clue what he's playing right now. All right. Giddy up.
So I'm going to sing part of this song lyric.
Okay.
And you're going to try to guess what the next line. So I'm going to stop singing, and you're going to sing the rest. You could complete the lyrical phrase.
Are you going to keep playing for me? Can you keep playing for me?
Oh, yeah.
If it's something I know, at least. If not, you can just stop.
So it goes like this. Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more?
I don't know the rest of this song, but
is there something else you're searching for? There you go.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Let me see if I can get to like a chorus or something. Can you get me?
I'm falling in all the good. No, I don't know it.
This is like this is like, I feel like I should have a microphone that's here, because then I would just do what Kyle does when he doesn't know a song. He just backs up and say, just the voices now. Just the voices.
Just the voices. You guys sing it at
All right, your turn, your turn. I failed at that.
You
I
don't get
have
a
no idea
point
what that
for
song
that.
is.
You don't get a point for that.
All right.
Fine.
All right, Jake.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's dial something nice up for you.
All right.
All right. I think
Guys, I'm nervous.
I think you'll get this one here.
You should be there, Prodigal.
All right, let's see here. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on
Jupiter and Mars.
That is correct. Woo! That is correct.
Can you go any more?
How did you get that?
I have no. Who
I
sings
can't
that?
go anymore.
Oh my goodness, that's Frank Sinatra.
Well, Frank Sinatra sings
Are you a
it.
Frank Sinatra fan?
Dude, that's crazy.
I'm a Frank
That is
Sinatra
crazy.
wannabe.
Hey, lob me a nice easy one, man. I don't know what.
That is crazy. Okay, I'll give you an easy one.
All
I
right,
got an easy one.
let's go.
All right, I got it. You got a fast car, and I want to take it to anywhere. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Anywhere is better.
You and I got nothing to lose.
No.
Oh!
Starting from zero, I got nothing to lose. Maybe we can make something. Me, myself, I got nothing.
to prove. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Is this song older than me? That's
That
my
song is
question.
older than. Is that song older than him?
Fast
Tracy
Car?
Chapman.
Fast Car's definitely
Car.
older than you, yeah.
All right. Okay. Just wanted to know.
All right,
I know the
let's-
melody more than I know the lyrics.
All right,
Oh,
let's
okay.
see.
Most times I just make up the lyrics if I don't know what it is.
Should we
Fair enough.
do?
That's what we're
Should we
doing.
do another one? Okay. rock of ages, clap for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from thy wounded side which flowed.
I don't know what I am singing, but I'll guess
It goes, be of sin, the double cure, save from wrath,
what?
and make
Me pure.
That
Wow.
is right.
Hey, thank you for
He
being
held it
such
out.
a great guest. But
He held
stick
it out.
around. We've got a little something planned for
Wait,
you. And
is
the
it a
Big Brother later.
tiebreaker? It's a tiebreaker. You guys are okay with being a tie?
Oh, we should probably
Usually.
do a tiebreaker.
All right. You want to be a tie?
No, I want to do it. I want to beat you.
All
I feel
right.
like I can.
All right, is this like a? How do we do this one?
All right. Whoever can complete it, the right. Okay. We'll listen. I'll listen.
All right, bring the thunder.
All right. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess.
It's a love story, baby. Just say yes.
That's right. Jake is your winner.
I will gladly concede to that. Any day, any day. Hey, thank you for tuning in so far. That's only one of 3. But before we keep going, we've got a commercial with you and a new skit that we call Get to Know Your Youth Leader. Let's see what we know about Miss Wendy Campbell.
We are here at this segment that we have called Get to Know Your Student Leader. So I'm going to fire off a few questions and we get to know a little bit more about you. So the first one I'm going to start off with is, hey, where'd you grow up and how'd you end up getting to Wisconsin?
I grew up in northeastern Indiana at a church camp for the first 9 years, and then moved 3 miles down the road and grew up in just an old farmstead. And then lived there until I went to college in Huntington, Indiana, and then married my husband, Matt. He went through medical school residency and then got a job up here in Wisconsin. So that's how we ended up here.
All right, but I got to ask a follow-up. What's this farmstead thing?
Well, it's 5 acres. It used to be an old farm with a big barn and an old house that we burnt down. The barn had been blown down by a tornado. And in the footprint of the barn, my dad poured a basketball court. So if you're familiar with the movie Hoosiers, pretty much the way I grew up, with cornfields in the background, playing basketball all my childhood.
Nice. Country bumpkin, as they say, huh?
Yep, that was me.
Well, that already leads into the next question I have. So what's something most people don't know about you? A lot may not have known that you grew up as a farm girl in Indiana, but what's something else?
Very much a tomboy, so loved sports, very competitive. Played a lot of basketball, so I actually played basketball in college, had a scholarship at a small Christian school in Indiana. But that's, love sports. Still love sports, but I don't play them very much.
What would you say is the biggest difference from when you were in middle high school till now for our current middle high schoolers?
Back then, I was very competitive and very extroverted. Loved being around people, loved doing things, wasn't home very much, very, very active. Now, I'm very much love being home, much more introverted, very much less competitive. So I think some of that has to do with not feeling like I have to prove myself like I did back when I was younger. So now I'm pretty settled in who I am and what I do. So I'm quite content to just be me.
Nice. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a speed round. This is called our favorite section.
All right.
And so I'm just going to list something. You'll give us your favorites. So what's your
Okay.
favorite food?
Cinnamon rolls.
Ooh. Place to travel.
Any national park.
Your favorite TV show?
Probably the Netflix series Sherlock Holmes.
Book.
Right now I'm reading books by Louise Penny. They're murder mysteries, so those are my favorites.
Ooh, all right. Everybody wants to know, what's your favorite toe?
My big toe, because it helps me stay balanced so I don't fall over.
Right or left foot?
Left.
Yeah, well, obviously would make sense. What's your favorite hobby?
Reading.
And your favorite song right now on the radio?
On the radio.
Well, I just added that. It can be without a radio, I guess.
Yeah. One of my favorite all-time songs is Agnus Dei by Michael W. Smith.
Ah, nice. All right, tell us about when you met Jesus.
Well, I grew up at a church camp, so during the summers until I was 9, every Friday night there was a gospel message. So at one of those, I gave my life to Jesus. And then at every Friday night after that, I gave my life to Jesus again. So that was really the night I gave my life to Jesus. But somewhere,
Did you get like ice cream or something if you did that? You just kept coming back for more?
well, that was the thing to do growing up there. That's what everybody did on Friday night. So I went with mom and dad, who were kind of ran the camp. And so I really didn't have a choice. I kind of had to go. But I liked it. It was a big campfire.
Hey, you've been a long-time leader in Crossfire. Why do you serve in Crossfire?
When I was in middle school, it was kind of a rough time for me, as it is for most middle schoolers, very insecure, very not really knowing my place in this world. And so when I got to high school, I had a youth leader that I really helped me grow spiritually. So I feel like when, now that I'm an adult, I would like to let God use me in that same way. So I just had a really influential leader that inspired me to be one as well.
And no doubt you're going to be that inspirational leader that others want to do the same thing for. So thank you for that. And hey, we have all got dreams and aspirations. What do we want to do when we grow up? So what is a dream that you have that you would like to accomplish at some point in your life?
As a kid, I always wanted to compete in the Olympics, and now those days are kind of gone, but I would love to attend the Olympics as a spectator someday. And I hear they're coming to LA in 2028, so we'll see.
Last question. So you have to rank from favorite to least favorite, your kids.
Oh, no, not doing that.
That's getting a low. Wendy Campbell. I love that aspect of it. We cut that interview short because she actually did give me a hint of her favorite daughter. And it was going to be, actually she didn't. She just played neutral the whole time. But hey, we've got our second interview coming up. Let's give it up for Big Brother.
Yeah, hello.
Air hugs. Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Crossfire
Thank you for having us.
Tonight Show, Big Brother.
Thank you for having the family in the building.
Well, I didn't know how this was going to go. The last I heard of you guys was like, you're upset and you're mad. Mm-hmm. So take us back to this time when, you guys are both working at Pop's Pizza Place and the thing is booming and you guys are doing crazy business. It's going so well. You get no doubt you got to be seeing dollar signs coming your way because you are going to inherit the business, and you and your brother. And all of a sudden he says, hey, Dad, can I get that in advance? I'm ready to be done with this thing. And then you're sitting there like still there manning his place yourself. Like, take us back. What was that like?
Oh, Brian, let me tell you about it. There it is, the business, it's booming, like you said, and Prodigal, my brother here, he decides, I'm going to try something else. I want to try something new, and, in life we all got our own paths, and I was like, okay, he's going to go do that. But at the same time, I was like, what about us? Like, you're leaving us behind, work's picking up, the amount of work, if you leave, then we have so much more to do because we need the more help. So things got tough. And then I saw my brother. He's going off. He's traveling. He's having all these good times. He's posting it all over social media, and I'm getting jealous. I'm like, oh, dude, I should have went with him. I should have done that myself. But then I was just reminded, well, God's got me in this place right now, and I can't wait to hear what he's doing with my brother when he comes back.
Wow. So it's turning something that looks like you got jealousy, and then like these mixed feelings are going on. There's no doubt there's anger, and yet there's like this longing for your brother to be, kind of reunited. And I just want to say again, hey, viewers out there, you've got this sweet opportunity that you can still ask questions of Big Brother, get his answers in real time, if we can see some of these and still have an opportunity for this. So I just want to put that back in your court. So Big Brother, now you're working. And you hear that all of a sudden Dad's welcoming up, getting ready to throw this party. Little brother's come home. What are your thoughts? What's going on in your mind at that point?
Let me tell you, I remember that day very well. I worked a 16-hour shift. I was exhausted. I put in all this extra time, and returning home, I just want to go to sleep. I'm exhausted, like I said, and get home, and I find out there's loud music playing, there's people dancing, there's a celebration going on, and get inside and I find out, well, my little brother's home. And me, I was furious. I'm like, why are we celebrating? This guy left us here.
So you're not celebrating yet, right?
Oh no, oh no. He's got some explaining to do, and I was curious why my father said we're going to celebrate that he came home when he left us hanging there to dry. But
so how you doing with Pops too? I mean, so not only are you, like, he left you, but now Pops says, yeah, welcome back here, little guy.
Right.
I mean, like, so what do you got these two guys that you're now frustrated with them? Like, at least it seems like.
Yeah, I thought Pops was gonna, give him some discipline, tell him, we needed you, where were you? Kind of,
send him out the door.
Pour into him, and you just welcomed him with open arms. Like, what was that about?
I mean, so it's not like meet lefty and righty here. It's big old hugs. All right, so certainly this is this experience has had an opportunity to teach you about your life, your faith, potentially forgiveness. So what do you think are some things that you've learned from this whole thing unfolding?
Well, not mad anymore. I understand. I had a conversation with my family, and in this world, God gives us free will, right? We have that free will to do as we please, and that's simply what my brother did. He went off and he did his own thing. He's trying to figure out what his life was going to look like, and I was okay with that. And then he came home, and I was reminded, from hearing his story, how important it is to have that relationship with Christ and how we need to stay together. And that's why I think my father welcomed it with open arms, and I was a little bit enraged at the time, so I didn't realize and focus on that.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, last thing we knew was, like, the story ends is you're pretty upset. Yeah, like, we're all here. We're anticipating. We're like, what happened? I mean, this is like reality TV at its best. Like, they just stopped the series, and we're left going, well, what happened with you two? So, I mean, some time has passed now. Can you give us a little insight in how is is it brotherly love? Is it brotherly, we're going to keep our social distance for the rest of our life? How are we doing here today?
That's a good question. I say we're good. We're good. It was just a little misunderstanding, and it taught me a lot about forgiveness and just realizing there's so much in this world that's out of our control. We can't control the actions of others, and leave that up to God and let Him be the focal point of that transformation in lives, and we can come alongside them in that.
Oh, I love to hear that heart of yours about forgiveness. Little brother, on your end, what was it like? I mean, we've got you two together now, and no doubt I know there's a lot of anxiety coming in to facing Dad. What was it like for you to face Big Brother, and how do you feel you guys are now?
Honestly, I was almost more afraid to actually talk to my older brother. I had hope that my dad would love me again and want me around. Mm-hmm. But jury was out on the older brother. I didn't know how he was going to react. And it hurt coming back to seeing my dad really happy that I was back, and then hearing that my older brother was angry at me. And it hurt, but I knew that was understandable, that I left him there and he felt that way. But I would agree. I don't think it's perfect right now, but we've been able to work through a lot of stuff. Me opening up and being honest about it, and him being honest with me about how this is going to work. What does it look like as us, rebuilding our friendship and, our relationship as brothers. And he's been pretty cool about it.
Nice. Good to hear, big bro. You're always cool. Hey, well, in one other step, like what we try to do here is mend some fences. You know that. That's what Crossfire Tonight show is all about. And so, viewers, hey, we're going to try to mend some fences tonight with you guys by doing a little game called Can You Guess What's in the Box? Have you heard of this game? Have you heard of it?
Yep.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
Yep, I'm
we've
ready
got
for it.
this opportunity to bring the brothers together better than they've been before with a little competition. Now, you can't see what's in the box on this front end, so what I'm going to ask you guys to do is step behind the box. And what you're going to do, there are holes cut in the side of this box, and you're going to reach in and try to guess what is in the box. And the one thing that I don't know if we have, we may need some cleanup abilities. But we're going to get that really, really quick. So, big brother, you get to choose. Do you want to go first or second? Letting little brother, the gracious big brother, letting the little brother go first. All right. You've got 20 seconds to determine what is in the box. On your marks. You ready?
Yeah.
I can see right in there.
Okay.
Good luck with this.
Okay.
Get set. Go.
Oh my goodness. I just don't want it to be alive.
18.
I just don't want it to be alive. Gosh.
You haven't touched it yet.
Oh, you guys put that in there? Ooh.
What is that? What is that? 10.
Yogurt.
No, close.
Cottage cheese.
Keep her coming. 7.
Pudding?
No, you're getting there. You're getting there. 3.
Ice cream? Marshmallow? Smoothie?
Close. Yeah. And it is jelly.
Jelly?
Without any towels, because apparently the producers on this show forgot to get towels. So maybe we're going to run back and figure that out really quick. All right, Mr. K-Dog himself. Are you able to bring the next box forward? Oh, jelly. All right. Big brother, are you ready?
I am ready.
20 seconds. On your marks. This one makes me nervous. Get set, go. Ah! What is it? What? Ah!
Are they clothespins?
Yes!
Easy.
They had a special treat for you. They were all wired up like mouse traps.
Oh.
Hey, just to let you guys know, I'll tell you later what Kyle thought you guys should do and that I held off on. It would have been horribly mean. All right, next one. Little brother, you ready?
Nervous.
I would be too. Yuck. Did you bring any more towels? Oh, you're going to need it. In 3, 2, 1, go. No, you're going to keep going. Keep her moving. Keep her moving. Dude, you haven't touched it yet. Go.
Is this?
8 seconds.
Your arm's too short?
It might be.
I think that's a little brother joke.
Is this
4,
cheese?
3. That's an awfully good-looking cheese curd. 2.
I don't
One.
know. Water balloon? I don't know.
It rhymes with,
Play-Doh.
yes, it's Play-Doh.
I wasn't sure if it was actually like solid or not.
All right, big brother.
All right. Oh, yeah, I like that laugh.
Oh, you've met my dog, right?
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
It's not my dog. In 3.
No, it's not a dog.
No, it's just what, never mind. 2, 1, and go. Yeah, it might have, it softened during the day. It was frozen this morning.
Peanut butter?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
And the last but not least, we have the opportunity to put you guys one on each side. Uh-oh, he's got to prep it. Takes extra prepping. There you go. One on each side to figure it out who gets it first. Solid. All right, I see what you did there. Oh, you gotta put that back now. Yep, there you go. All right. Little brother here, big brother on the other side. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm really nervous for this. What I feel like it's a rat
I don't know if you
trap.
guys can see this or not. I hope you guys can see it. 3, 2, One go.
Chapstick?
Is it a
Glue
battery?
stick?
Battery?
Oh!
Is that what this is?
It is. You guys each got a half. He got the bad half.
Oh, come on.
I thought it was like a chapstick. My next guess was one of those things called like blow pops or something like that.
You're looking sticky.
I thought it was sticky because I still have peanut butter on my hand.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another commercial break for you. This one, we're trying to figure out, students, what are you doing while you're sheltering at home? And we got a pretty sweet video to see what one of you is doing. Hey, and if you want to be part of next week's episode, let us know. Send us a little footage, and maybe you'll end up on the Tonight Show. Hit it. Man, I could look at that picture of the finished product. What a sweet knife. Luke Rissy using his forging skills to carve up a knife. So what are you doing over your break? Hey, Luke, if you're listening right now, which I know you are, that's kind of sweet. I might, want something like that, just dropping random hints. Hey, but little brother, big brother, special guest still coming our way. Let's give it up for the old man. Dad, come on down.
All right, so this is where the guys are, huh?
And air hugs or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're keeping our social distance, but we are glad that you have joined us. It's a family reunion of sorts. But let's dive into this. So you've got a very successful business that you're running. These guys know, everybody knows it's going to get handed down. They're going to take it over. You've been grooming them to do this. You're making bank, they're making bank kind of thing. What's my money's your money at the time. And yet the younger of the two brothers comes in and says, hey, Dad, I want my piece of the pie now. I don't want to wait till you retire. Like, I can't hang on all this long to finally get the cash. I got to do something different. No doubt you must have known, okay, he's certainly going to blow it. He's not going to invest it. This isn't a good thing. But you let him go. What was going on during that time for you?
Wow, that was actually a really rough time. There were a lot of things going on, a lot of decisions being made that the boys didn't know about. Business was on the verge, actually. It could have taken a big downturn. So kind of counting on those guys. But, I was in that spot where I really wanted to do what I wanted to do. I opened a pizza place. So mine was a little different. So I understood, but I didn't agree with it.
What is it like to watch your son walk out the door and ultimately you don't have contact, you don't even know where he's going. He doesn't even know where he's going. Like you're used to having him essentially at home, tight. And now he's in Indonesia and Amsterdam and Japan and Las Vegas and all sorts of places that you find out later, I'm assuming. I mean, how is that to just set him free and allow him to make his own choices?
Yeah, real rough, Brian. That was really rough. My heart was just tore out. And, there's no one to really talk to about something like that. All you can do is rely on the Lord and pray and hope that he is going to find his way. But it was difficult, you know, it was not easy to watch him make all these poor decisions, knowing that you had all the advice for him, you know. But again, the best advice that anyone can ever give is the advice that's asked for. You know, when you just keep telling them, hey, this is the way to go, try do this, you know, they kind of reject that a little bit. And I think that's where we were at with him.
Wow. Hey, and once again, all those watching now, you're getting to hear in person. I mean, you hear the story, you know the prodigal. Now we've got Dad who opened his arms. We know that part, who opened his arms. And if you have a question for Dad, how do you do that? I mean, we're kind of getting to that. If you got a question, plop it in the comments here. We'll try and get to that as well as we wrap up our conversation. But so I'm just trying to picture this. Trying to even take it in from the dad's perspective. From each of these guys, we're hearing a little bit of theirs. But he hit a rock bottom point, and money's gone, as you maybe suspected. Maybe you hoped it was going to go good and it would invest, but the money's gone, and he comes home. And what is that like for you to see? Like, are you mad? Are you upset? I mean, we kind of know a little bit, but what's going on in your mind when he's walking down the driveway?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to take it back just a moment. Because I did go through a lot of emotions. I actually was quite upset. You know, my oldest son, he was just what I thought he'd be. He was the worker. He was the one that picked up all the slack. He did it all. And my heart just poured out for him. And actually, I felt just torn that he was put through such a ordeal. But I think it's made him the man he is today. And I would stand behind him 100%. And just about that time, I was just at that point where didn't know if I was angry or if I should give up. And the call came. And my heart melted. Here I thought it was torn away, but it was melted. And what really made me feel that way was, I guess it's really hard to explain what a father's love is until you've actually been a father. Because most people think about just me. But as a father, you have to think about everyone in the home. You know, I guess a good example of what a father's love is like is a lot of people think of like it's cake, right? There's a piece for you, there's a piece for you, and there's a piece for you. And maybe if I'm a little bit better, I'll get a little bigger piece. You know, but that's not what father's love is about. Wow. It's actually about candlelight. There's enough for everyone. It never changes. It's for you. It's for you. It's for you. It just grows. And that's what it's like. So when I saw him right away, well, first when I heard him, my heart was skipping, of course, but then when I finally saw him, and with just the tears were just coming, and they were joy that he came back, that he found his way. And he didn't find his way because of me. He found his way because he wanted to be there. And when he started coming down the road, you know, I always have thinking that my oldest would be right behind me thinking the same kind of thing. Well, he wasn't there, but I sure was. And boy, when I grabbed him and hugged him, I didn't want him to ever leave again.
Did you ever have a conversation with Big Brother here and with your oldest son about how that all went down? And certainly, I'm guessing, I mean, you can tell. I mean, you're a father. You know he's angry. He wanted you to respond differently, potentially, at least in that moment. I mean, what did you say to him? How did that conversation go?
Yeah, boy, Brian, I'd really love to tell you that. I was just like my Heavenly Father, and I coddled him, and I held him close, and I let him know what a good guy he was and how proud I was. But you know what? With all the work and all the spinning around, I didn't do a very good job of telling him how proud I was and how amazing he was. I kind of failed in that. But in some turns, I hope he got the glow from me that I really cared, and I really appreciated what he did.
Well, he's here now, and he's hearing this reflection, and even from that, I mean, Big Brother, how does this feel even to hear this now? And no doubt, I mean, you've got some of this glimpse now, but what is that like to hear that coming from a point of anger, and that to hear Dad just say, like, man, you've been my right-hand man the whole time, and I should have even given you more of that praise.
Oh, wow. That's very, very humbling, and it's just a blessing to have my father as a role model in my life, and to hear him say, I'm proud of you, and I've been doing well. Just a little more motivation to continue to be good and just glorify God through what I do.
Well, Dad, I mean, I don't want to cut our time short, but I'm going to finalize a question here that I want to speak to. You know, you said this thing that just stood out to me, and it was like, you know, a lot of people don't understand what a father's love is like until you become one. And no doubt a lot of our audience, they're not parents. They're not moms. They're not dads. So how can we give them a glimpse of what it's like from a father's love when you're not there yet? How do we put that into, I mean, you gave that great analogy of the cake and a candle, but any advice to them?
Yeah. So you'll know that feeling when you don't matter as much as the next person. So whether it's maybe like you were gonna do an event or you were gonna go someplace and you both wanted to go, but there was only money for one, you would get just as much joy if they went and they tell you about it. That's kind of a glimpse into a father's heart, you know, because as a father, you can get great happiness from doing things with your kids and with others, but the incredible joy that you can get is when they experience it themselves and then can tell you about it. It's really special.
Mm-hmm. Open up those lines of communication.
Right, exactly.
Nice. As we've had the example of the prodigal coming home and having to open up those kind of lines of communication with Big Brother, and no doubt with you having to talk things through. Are you guys okay now? Like, how's the family doing?
I think we're on a good road right now. Business is going well. You know, I'm glad that my youngest is back, and I am proud of him for his decisions to turn his life around. It's one thing to run the course. That's great. And it's another thing, you know, to come back, to change that course when you recognize you're doing something wrong, no matter who tells you how it happens, you know. To come back is an amazing achievement, you know. So we're glad that he's back.
Man, we love family reunions here at the Crossfire Tonight show, and we also like fun, Dad. So, hey, you don't know what's going on here, but we are bringing the thunder to you tonight.
Oh, boy.
But you can stay right there. This is just called a little rapid fire think fast action. So here's what's going to happen. We're not looking for the right answer. We're looking for your first answer. First
boy.
thing that comes to mind,
Okay.
rapid fire action, a little thing called think fast. So I'm going to give you a question, and you're just going to spit out the first craziest thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Ready? Who is the fastest little rascal?
Banky.
Let's go faster than that this round. What's the loudest color?
Purple.
How much does it cost to travel to the moon?
$6.
Why is it a bad idea to play Monopoly?
Luke cheats.
I'm sure he does. Who looks like a cat?
A cat?
Yeah.
I don't know who looks like a cat. I don't know anybody who looks like a cat.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, I'll change it. Who looks like a dog? Brian. Hey! I don't want to play this game with you anymore. You're better off naming your kids. All right. Why'd you go to Hobby Lobby today?
I didn't. It was closed.
Where'd you go yesterday?
Work.
Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar?
The pepperoni did.
Yeah, who bailed you out of jail?
Paul.
Why were you in jail?
I wasn't.
But you just said Paul bailed you out of jail.
Because you said to say the first thing that came to your head.
Let's suppose you were in jail. What was it for?
Oh, probably for staying out too late.
Ooh, do you stay up late often?
Never.
These aren't even on here. How can aloha mean hello and goodbye?
Oh, just like this.
Where's Valders?
Over there.
What did you do with the ladder?
I put it on the roof.
What kind of hat are you wearing?
I was not sure.
How much do you love me?
Oh, very much, Brian.
And that's the way we end this show. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just been through the first Crossfire Tonight show. And it would not be a Crossfire Tonight show without a time of prayer before we send you to Zoom. But I don't feel like I'm the one who should be doing that tonight. I would love a fatherly prayer. So with putting you in the spot, would you please do us the honors and pray for us?
I would be honored. Dear Lord, thank you so much for the opportunity to share what you have put on the hearts of all these young people. Lord, I know that you're protecting each one of us. I know that you're guiding each one of us. I know you're helping each one of us to make decisions that are pleasing to you. Lord, I ask that you would help us to understand that even if we're walking away, we can always run back. Lord, I know that there's no time limit on that, and I know there's no depth that we can travel that you can't reach. Lord, I ask that you would be a part of our group tonight as we converse about the prodigal son. Lord, thank you for all these things. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Crossfire.